Hello. So this morning we have a yoga block and some light weights. We're going to do a little standing work to begin. This stuff is going to be really good and for the feet and the muscles around the knees and the hips into the pelvis. And we're going to do that stuff first. If at any time it bothers any of the other joints along the way, like if we're working in the feet and it bothers the knees, just modify however you need to. And always please send me emails or texts or whatever if you have any questions. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so I don't need this for right now. I'm going to get rid of this for now and bring myself a little bit closer. Okay, so I have a yoga block here. And we're going to keep the yoga block. This is the skinny way. This is the wider way. I'm going to keep it wider, and I'm going to bring it just right in between my heels. And I'm going to kind of spread the toes apart and stand with the yoga block in between my heels. And just give me 1 second. I'm going to close the door because you never know. Okay. So I'm giving the yoga block just a little bit of a squeeze here. Toes are spread and then put right back down and just stay here for a minute. And we'll bring the arms all the way up. We can hook the thumbs and kind of relax the head so the chin dips toward the throat. And first we're gonna keep our connection to the floor with our feet as we stretch over to one side and then through to the other. You're welcome to close your eyes if you feel safe with your balance. Try not to hold your breath as you move here. I'm just going to go each way one more time. Such a nice stretch, such a nice morning stretch. Come back to the center and we'll bring the arms out nice and wide. Let's actually bring the palms forward. Reach the fingertips to the wall behind you and then reach the arms further back and then come all the way forward and bring the palms together. We'll open the hands here and reach all the way back. That's nice. Let's add a deep breath. Inhale, palms together. Open the fingertips, exhale. One more deep breath. Inhale. And then we can bring the arms wide, palms down, twist to the right, exhale. Look at your back hand. Inhale, center. Shoulders are down. Exhale, twist left. Try to really empty the lungs here. One more each way. Fill up and then exhale. Reach wide, like you're reaching your fingertips away from one another. And center. And left. And then back to the center. Let's bring the right arm down and the left arm up. Reach down through the right and up as you come up and over. You're still keeping equal pressure with your feet into the block. And then switch to the other side. One more each way. And other side. And then come back to the center. Pull your head back, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Try to keep your shoulders nice and still. And other way, one more each way. And now you can add a roll through and the other way. Come back to the center, bring your fingertips to your jaw, especially with your pointer finger and your middle finger, and just give this area right in your jaw towards your ear, along the side of your face, a little bit of a massage. A lot of us carry a bunch of tension in the neck and the jaw. That is me as well. And you can just gently, I mean, gosh, this is a great thing to do a couple of times a day. You can continue to do that and then just go right underneath your eyes and do the same thing gently. I used to teach a class at a senior center before COVID started, and there was this super cute woman who was 102, and I used to do this little series with them, and she said, "Does this take all the wrinkles away?" And I said, "Sure does. I'm actually 103. I got a big laugh, you guys. Okay, come up above the eyes and just, again, use your pointer fingers and just give yourself a little gentle temple massage. And then gently run your hands down the side of your face towards your jaw. And we'll bring the arms right down by your sides. Okay? Squeeze the block, and we're just going to lift the block up and then lower it down. Really try and to like spread your toes and use them. Lift and lower the block. Lift and lower the block. Maybe bring your hands to your belly just so you have a sense of drawing the abdominals in, keeping the shoulders down. 6 more here. 6 and 5. Stand up nice and tall. 4. Make sure you're kind of straightening the legs here. Give the tush a little bit of a squeeze. 3, 2, and 1 more time. And lower down, okay? So now I'm gonna just let the block go, leave it there, and I'm gonna turn it so it's long ways. I'm just actually gonna turn how I am so you can see a little bit better. And I'm going to move a little bit closer to the wall. And I suggest perhaps you do that too. This is gonna challenge your balance, and you might need a little bit of assistance or not. It's better to do just the safer thing. And we're gonna come up to stand on the block. Make sure definitely your heel is supported. For me, I've got big feet, so my toes hang off the edge a little bit, which is, I think, okay. You can also use a book, a big book, if for some reason you can't use your yoga block, okay? So I'm just showing you what this looks like, and then I'm gonna face you so you can see all the rest of the good stuff, okay? So fingertip against the wall, or a chair or a desk, something like that, all right? So this is my right foot that's on the block. My left toes are gonna tap the ground. I always like to bring my hands to my hips because it helps me to keep them even. A common thing that I see is this, okay? So it's almost like you wanna start with your left hip slightly lifted. The right leg is straight. Bring your right hand into your thigh and kind of push your hip bone into your palm here. It's gonna help you to fire your tushy muscles a little bit more, okay? Left foot is going to flex and point. Along the way, the hip bones try not to move too much. This is nice and still. Okay, so just keep going here. We're pointing and flexing the left foot. Immediately, you're gonna probably start to feel some feelings in different places. Everyone is a little bit different. If you're feeling discomfort in your knee, you can do this whole thing on the floor. Sometimes the yoga block creates an instability in the joint of the knee, and some people's knees just don't like it. Okay, so you can do this whole thing on the floor. That will be your modification. You will pretend. The next time you flex your foot, you're gonna hold it here, and we're gonna make a little bit of a circle. I'm still thinking about pushing my right hip forward. This is also the place where we like to do something different with our arms. Maybe this. This is nice. Maybe this. This is nice. We're gonna go the other way with our circles. Maybe this. Okay, there's a lot of really fun options for the arms. So you can decide. If you're very wobbly, don't get mad. Let's pause for a minute and come down, okay? If you're very wobbly, I mean, that's part of the reason why we're doing this. So just give yourself a little help. It's okay, it's not cheating. Come on back up. Hands to your hips. Hips are nice and even, okay? For this one, I'm just gonna give you another view. We stand, the left heel comes up. You stand tall into your right knee. and the left knee is going to come up. And I'm going to just tap the floor. And tap. Up and tap. Continue to press that right hip gently forward. 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more. And we'll just come down for a moment and take a breath. Okay? Come back this way for you. Okay? Come on back up again. Straighten that right leg. Left toes are down. I'm going to start here with my arms. We'll see how it goes. So we're going to do kind of like a tree kind of pose. But the action is going to come with the left leg. We're going to knee in, knee out. Knee in. I haven't done this in a while. My right leg is burning in like 7 different places. How's yours? Knee out, knee in. 3 more. 3, 2, 1 more each way. Okay, we're going to do 1 more variation. Come back, stand tall, push the block away. Right hip is forward. Flex your left foot. This exercise is called Don't Bend Your Knees. I'm going to come here. Left hip, down, up. It's a hip dip. Down, up. That's right. 6 more. That's burn situation happening here. Burn victim. 4 more. And 3. And 2. 1 more. My goodness, come all the way down. Quick stretch for the right foot. I'm just going to put, actually the whole right leg, I'm going to put the ball of my right foot on the edge of my block and my heel on the ground. And then I'm going to stand tall. The further forward my left foot steps, the deeper this stretch becomes. Okay, so stand tall. Push the right hip forward gently and step your left foot forward for an added stretch. Hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we gently come down. Okay, side 2. So this side could be different. You'll make any changes that you need to make. I'm coming up onto the block with my left foot, and I'm going to put my toes down on my right foot. Immediately, I'm going to figure out where my hips are. Like I said, a lot of people start kind of like this. This is really a lot to ask of the strength of the muscles on the outside of this hip. So this is such a great way to work those little muscles. Toes are going to start down. Lift the chest. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Press your left hip towards your hand. Maybe you'll feel your glute fire. Point and flex the right foot. And breathe. And point and flex that right foot. We're going to do 6 more here. 6. Try and relax your shoulders. 5. 4. 3. Not only are we strengthening this hip, we're really working the whole pelvis here. So it would be common for you to feel feelings on the other side as well, even though we're not taking on any weight with the right leg. Let's just do 1 more here. And then we're going to come down for a minute and back up again. Stand tall. We're still pushing the left hip forward. Right leg is a circle. Do what you want with your arms, whatever helps you to be here. A lot of people also lean forward during this little series. Try to keep yourself like sort of stacked, head on top of your spine, everything weight bearing into this standing leg. And that's why I urge you, use a chair, use the wall, align yourself. It'll be more helpful for the stuff we want to work rather than pushing through something that feels awful. Go the other way with your circles. 5 here. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we come all the way down. And we come right back up. So stand tall, push the left hip forward, right knee. And breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. All the way down. Ooh, this calf really is excited about this series. Come on up, push down through the left leg, push your left hip forward a little bit, find your center, and we internally and externally rotate the right hip. And we breathe. Notice if you're holding your breath. 4 more here. 4. Good. And 3. And 2. 1 more. And come all the way down. Back up again. Push forward with the left hip. We're coming up with the right foot. This is the don't bend your knee exercise. I kind of like hands on hips for this. Hip dip. 8. And 7. We're breathing. And 6. Oh geez. 5. I got it. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Oh my gosh. Ball of the foot on the yoga block. The further forward you step with your opposite foot, the deeper the stretch will be. Try to stand tall and also try to gently push forward with your left hip. Take a nice deep breath here. Relax your shoulders. And 1 more deep breath here. And then come all the way down, okay? Okay, I just changed my mind for a second. Come back to having the block sort of long ways like this with the heels, the way we started, okay? So heels kind of squeezing the block. We're gonna do some squats here. If this width isn't right for your knees, your hips, your parts, just say goodbye to the block for this part, okay? That's fine. Slightly turned out with the toes, not too much there. And the knees are gonna follow suit with the toes. So your knees are gonna come out a little bit. Send your hips back. We're gonna sit back into an imaginary chair. I'm gonna reach my arms forward and lengthen through my spine. And then push down through the heels, and then the arms come back. I think we can add a heel lift to this as well. So sit back into your imaginary chair, check out your knees, make sure they're kind of tracking with the middle toes. Down through the heels as you're squatting, and then up as you're standing. Let's just do 5 more. Take your time here. Adjust if you need to. And 4. And 3. And 2. 1 more time. Deep breaths. And then lower all the way down, okay? From here, I'm gonna take the block out. We're gonna come down onto the mat and do a little bit of hands and knees stuff with the block, okay? I'm gonna grab my mat here. I do like a little bit of extra padding for this. Yeah, and I also should have said this as well. If you have a squishy mat, mine's pretty squishy, and you just did that whole series with your yoga block on the mat, yeah, that's gonna be way more unstable. That's probably pretty obvious. Okay, so anyway, there's that. Okay, so we're coming to the hands and knees. I'm gonna grab the yoga block and I'm gonna keep it like kind of skinny like this and put it right in between the thighs. Skinny like that, okay? And we just gave the feet a good stretch. Curl your toes forward and just kind of stick your tushy out and give your feet and your toes and your arches a little bit of a stretch by pushing back with your palms and leaning back towards the wall behind you. Relax your shoulders a little bit. At the same time while we're doing this, push through your palms and send your collarbones forward, almost like you want to show your chest or something to the wall in front of you. It's an arch of the upper back. And then we're going to round through the upper back and the middle back, really lowering the head. And one more each way. Arch the back. Keep your palms gently pressing into the ground. This feels nice. And then round. Let's do one more each way. Breathe. And then come back to center and come forward. Just keep the block exactly where it is. Uncurl your toes, just so you can see what I'm doing here. Hands under shoulders, neutral spine, okay? So let that spine be as long as it can be. Check in with your shoulders. They're away from the ears. We're gonna pick up one arm at a time. When you do, push down through your standing arm. And then we'll switch. Okay, so keep going here for a minute and just turn your awareness to your obliques, your side belly, and notice if when you switch arms, if you notice a difference in feeling through the side body each time you pick up that outside arm. Let's just do one more each way. Try to breathe here. Plug that shoulder in when you stand into that hand, so you've got a lot of support from the shoulder and the surrounding muscles. One more, even yourself out. And then let's just come up for a moment. A little bit of a wrist break. We're gonna come back in a little bit of a different way. I'm gonna take my block this time. I haven't done this in a while. I think this version, so you can see the side, is better. Just to give you a front version real quick, I'm gonna bring the block under my left hand. My right arm is completely straight, perfectly straight. Right arm is straight, left elbow is bent, okay? Side view. Right arm is straight. As you can see, my left elbow is bent. It's almost like my left arm is gonna do a tricep push-up. Everyone's favorite. Try to put your weight into both hands. I already feel my tricep firing in my left arm. You're going to push gently down with both hands, but then transfer your weight into your left hand and bring your right arm up to the height of the left. Bend. It's a small one arm tricep push-up. Along the way, your shoulders are even. So we're working a lot more than the arm muscles here. You're working through your obliques, you're working through your belly. The whole front and back of you, really, of your upper body is doing something right now. Try to keep this left elbow looking backwards. We're gonna do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Ooh, and then just come all the way up for a minute. Okay, and then we're going to switch over to the other side. Right hand gets the block. Left arm now is straight. So it's really tempting to start with the right shoulder higher. Look at me right now, so my right shoulder is way higher. Bend your right elbow and bring your shoulders so they're even with one another. Left arm straight, right elbow bent. Your shoulders stay even with one another. I want you to actively put some weight in both hands. Elbow, right elbow is looking backwards. Use your fingers. And now you come up and down. Up. The shoulders are even the whole time. This is such a similar exercise in theory to what we just did standing. And the plus is that you end up working the whole shoulder girdle, including your deeper core muscles. You're definitely breathing. Let's do 5 more. So this is my right arm. This is less challenging for me than the left was. It's my dominant arm. 3 more. And 2 more. 1 more. All the way down. And then just a quick little break, okay? Quick little break. Okay, I suggested we use light weights. Mine are 2s. That's really pretty light. I'm going to grab both of them, but at first I'm just going to use 1. All right, we're going to come back. We only really need 1 for this next part. We're coming back to, we just said to the left hand on the block. So let's just get yourself situated. Put the weight right in front of where your right hand is going to be, okay? So the right arm is straight. The left elbow is bent. Do what you can to shift your weight into both hands. Spread the fingers, use them. Lift the chest away from the floor a little bit. Come up again, lifting the right arm, pushing down through the left, and carefully grab your light weight. Push down through the left arm and bring the right one out to the side. Do what you can to pull both shoulders down into your back. We're definitely fighting gravity a little bit in this position, which I think is nice. Your spine should be pretty neutral, which means you're not rounded, you're not overly arched. Use your belly for that. 3 more here. Using the weight is optional, okay? 2 more. Try to keep those shoulders away from the ears. 1 more. Come all the way down and just come up for a moment. Okay, we're going to do 1 more of these, of course, on the other side. So just switch your weights. Right, the block comes over to the right hand. All right. This is a lot for the wrists, all right? Maybe you're not moving through it as you know, maybe you're coming up to take a break before I am. That's okay. I think this is still really valuable. Small amounts at a time, work the muscles in the wrist, all right? We begin with the right elbow bent. So check out my shoulders. I'm not one shoulder higher than the other. Nice and even. Long spine here. Create weight in both hands, not just the left. Use your right fingers. Now you're transferring the weight into the right hand to come up into that sturdy, shoulder plugged in position. I'm going to grab my weight with my left arm. Yeah, this is a lot more challenging with my left arm. Since my right arm is dominant, I'm trying to keep my shoulders even with one another along the way. Deep breaths. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. 1 more. Come all the way down and all the way up. 1 more layer here. It just keeps getting more and more exciting. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to change how I am in space so you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to bring the block back under the left hand, okay? Block back under the left hand. Get the weight ready for the right. We begin with left elbow bent, shoulders nice and even. Belly button is in, and now guess what? Before we go anywhere, this is a maybe. Maybe you'll do this, maybe you won't. Extend your left leg. Okay, so this is immediately a lot more work for my left arm. I'm going to push down through my left arm and grab my weight with the right hand. Even yourself out through your center, plug both shoulders in. Maybe we'll only lift the right arm, although maybe you'll float the left foot off and just leave it there. Lots of energy through the spine here, okay? I actually have less weight in my left wrist because I'm lifting away from the floor actively through my neutral spine. And my belly muscles are working hard. 3 more here. Breathe. And 2 more. 1 more. Come all the way down. Quick little break. Inhale, exhale. And then last part here, switch the weight and the block. Right hand gets the block. At first, the left hand is down. Okay? Even out your shoulders to begin. Elbow is pulled in. The right elbow is pulled in. Extend your right leg. See, this is harder for me on this side. Take a nice deep breath. Push down through the right arm. Lock in with your shoulders and then grab the weight with the left. Out to the side again. Perhaps you'll keep your toes down, or maybe you will just float them off and hold. 6 more. 6. Belly is in. 5. Try to keep the right shoulder especially plugged in. 4. Helps if your elbow is looking backwards. 3. Your right elbow. Last 2. And 1 more. And come all the way down. Okay, that was exciting. All right, the next bit, I considered doing a series with the knee on here, but I think some of you just really won't like that. So I'm gonna leave that part out. I didn't need to tell you that. I'm gonna put this back in between my thighs, so it's kind of this like skinny way. We're coming back here 1 more time, I promise. This is our last wristy situation. Hands under shoulders. Curl your toes forward. This one has a little bit of a rounded spine because I really would love for you to pull your abdominals in. Exhale, bring your knees up. Use your whole palm. And inhale, come back down. Exhale, lift. Keep going here for a second, you guys. As you lift your knees, it's an exhale. See if you can hold and fully exhale. And then as you lower, you inhale. And then as you exhale, you come up. So explore the longest exhale you can as you are away from the ground. And then inhale to come down. Just give me 2 more of those. One more. And then come all the way down. Okay, good. We're going to take the block out. In the next part, you may want to use the block under your head. I think I'm going to just use my arm, but it will be an option, okay? So we're going to sit and come get your weights in front of you. And 2 options while we're lying on our side. One of them is that you put your head on your arm. And the other one is feel free to use your block. This is fine too, okay? This is a little bit more comfortable for me. And then we're going to take this cute little weight and I'm going to put it right behind my top knee. So this is my left leg. And just relax down for a second. Quick spine check-in. Head back, spine long. We're not tucked here. I'm not in a tucked back position, okay? So make sure it's just nice and neutral, okay? I'm gonna bring my left hand in front of my ribs, top leg, up and down. 2, hips are nice and still for this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go halfway down and pause. Little pulse here, like the knee is just going up and down in space. P.S. Can you gently press your bottom knee down? Just gentle, just to activate the bottom hip muscles. Let's do 4 more here. We're breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, grab that weight for a moment. Bring the arm right out in front of you. I'm not extending, bringing my face to the ground. One shoulder is right on top of the other. This arm is just right here. Bring your arm toward the ceiling. Okay. We're going to bend. We're not going to knock ourselves out. Here I'm coming into kind of like a cactus position. And then I'm going to bring myself towards the floor. Be careful. Give me 2 breaths here. Inhale. 1 more. Carefully come back. Extend the arm. Lovingly give it back to your knee. Lovingly. Spine check in. This top leg is lifted off the bottom one. It comes forward and back. Forward. If you want to challenge your sort of balance a little bit, you can try this, just so you remove that arm from doing any extra work, keeping your upper body nice and still. 5 more. 5. Check out your top knee for a second. Make sure it's not dipping and sinking towards the floor. Try and keep it as high as your hip. Last 3. And 2. 1 more time. Good. Now bring the knee back right here. So the knee is off from the bottom, top knee. And just lower and lift the knee. And then, ooh, this one's hard. Lower and lift the foot. Lower and lift the knee. Yeah. Internally and externally. Oh my gosh. The hip is burning. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Lovingly take that away. My goodness. Arm to the ceiling. Bend. Take the bend with you. Take the bend with you. Deep breath. And exhale. 1 more deep breath here. Return. Carefully bring this weight down. We're going to do a little rotator work while we are here. Why not? I think I'm going to grab both weights and I'm going to hold on to both of them. Keep the elbow right in towards your ribs. Knuckles up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way down for a moment. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, exhale. We're just going to do 1 more set right here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Ooh, all the way down. Okay, keep your weights where they are. Come on up onto your elbow. And your elbow. And you're going to kind of push the legs away a little bit. I have my knees bent. I'm going to try to make my upper body and my thighs come into a fairly straight line. Okay, so the hips, they're trying to press forward here. Of course, you won't be in a perfectly straight line. This exercise starts when you push down through your bottom elbow. I kind of like this. If at any time you need a little bit of assistance, there's something nice about this too. Okay, so that's right there for you to use if you want to. Take a nice deep breath. Continue to drive the elbow down. Hips come up and down. Shoulders away from those ears. Neck is nice and long. 5. And 4. 3. 2. Last one. Hold here, pull your head back, breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. And we're going to do one more of those twisty stretches here. So just bring your bottom arm forward, your head down. Just to torture myself, I'm going to grab one of these weights. And breathe. You can cactus that left arm if you'd like, bending at the elbow. One more lovely and deep breath here. Okay, and then we're going to roll back. Put that weight down and flip right over, come to the other side, okay? Side 2. And again, if you need to put your head on your block, go ahead and do that. We're coming into even here, kind of a neutral spine, quick spine check-in, head back, spine long. The minute I lengthen out through my spine, my bottom half lifts away from the ground a little bit, which is a nice way to include the core. Lovingly give the weight to your top leg, okay, right behind the knee. And then this hand can just maybe come right here. So first, we're just going to lower and lift the top leg. Lower and lift the top leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hips are nice and still. One more for fun, and lower just halfway and hold, little pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can grab the weight, bring the leg down. Arm has the weight, arm comes up. I'm going to bend, kind of coming into that cactus position. Slowly come out. My goodness. Take a nice deep breath. One more. Slowly return. And we're going to lovingly give the weight back. Recheck in with your spine. Make sure it's nice and long. The top knee is kind of in line with the hip. And we come forward and back. I kind of like this arm up. It forces me to use my core. Check out this top knee. Make sure it's not sinking towards the ground. Try to keep it lifted away. 5 more. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2. One more here. Let's return and hold, knee to knee, and maybe foot to foot. Knee to knee, foot to foot. 6, 5, so fun, so much fun. 4, 3, 2, one more. Okay. Ooh. Come on back here. And here. And here. Two more deep breaths. One more. Carefully come on back up. Okay, I'm gonna grab my opposite weight here, and I'm gonna use them for my rotator work. I didn't say this on the other side here, but if you have like an old rotator injury and you want to work on mobility of this joint, doing this movement without the added weight is really valuable. Okay, 1, 2, even here, belly is in, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come down for a moment, take a breath, relax the jaw. We're going right into one more set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And then come all the way down. Relax that shoulder for a quick second. Take an inhale, exhale. Coming up onto the forearm. So the elbow is right under the shoulder, okay? So try to get that alignment, elbow right under the shoulder, and then plug that shoulder in. Bring your hips forward so your thighs and your upper body are as aligned as they can be. If you need a little extra assistance to come up with your hips, this is a really nice little option here, using your block along the way, okay? Otherwise, arm up. As you lower and lift your hips here, see if you can keep them pressing forward. And breathe, 5 more. Use your bottom elbow here as you lift. Plug that bottom shoulder in. 3 more. And 2. 1 more. Hold here. Breathe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. 1 more twisty stretch. Bring your bottom arm forward. I'm bringing my knees back. Oh, I used my weight on the other side. Why not? And breathe. 2 more exhales. Okay, great. So we're gonna come onto our backs here. Grab your light weights. Grab your light weights. Knees bent, feet flat, arms right by your sides. See if you can get connected to your abdominals. Make the arms nice and long. Lengthen out your neck a bit before you begin. Let's just push the weights down and bring the hips up and down. Okay, so we've done a lot of like one-sided stuff today. 1 foot, 1 arm at a time. This is kind of bringing it all together. So push your arms down a little bit. Push down through your heels. Lengthen your neck and breathe. I always kind of have to noodle around with where my parts are until I find a position that just feels the most supportive, I guess. Like I can recruit all the stuff that I'd like to feel. Okay, so move your feet or your arms or both until you come into a position that feels supported as you lift your hips. Let's do 5 more. And 4. And 3. 2 more. Last one. And then hips all the way down. Legs are going to come up. Bring your knees just above your belly button. Bring your arms up towards the ceiling. The legs will stay here. Go ahead and let's like squeeze the feet and the knees together a little bit. Draw the belly in. Your arms and the head, neck, and shoulders will move at the same time. Inhale here. Exhale, curl up. Inhale, return. Exhale, curl up. Lengthen the arms. 5 more. Four more. And 3. Last 2. Mind your shoulders. Long neck. 1 more. We're going to come up and hold. Hold here. 1 foot down. Return. Other leg. 2 more sets. 1 more each way. Let's bring the legs down and the arms up. Relax your jaw and your neck. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale, open the arms wide. Come all the way to the ground. Exhale, return. 2 more. Find your deeper belly muscles here. Fill up your waist with air. Exhale, draw everything back in. Pull the hip bones in towards one another. 1 more. Okay, we're going to come up to sit. I'm going to kind of bring my legs up and do a little rock up to sit. Okay, and we're going to scooch back into a seated position. If it's difficult for you to get your legs out straight in this position, you can try sitting on your yoga block just to get the legs to be a little bit straighter, or you can try some pillows or something like that, okay? But let's prioritize lifting through the spine, and you can keep your knees bent if that means your spine gets to be a little straighter, all right? Arms are going to come straight ahead. My weights are light. If your weights just feel heavy and annoying here, just put them down. Take an inhale. And we're going to stretch forward, rounding through the spine, drawing the abdominals in deep, 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 deeply. And then come up, lift the chest, drop the shoulders. See if you can flex your feet. Inhale, sit tall. And then stretch. Two more. And stretch. Last one. Inhale, come all the way up to sit. Just put your weights down for a moment and then bring your arms out so they're a little bit wider than your own legs. Saw, this is called saw. Twist to the right. When you twist right, you're going to bring your left arm back and your right arm forward, head down, stretch forward. Inhale, come back up, sit tall. Twist left, left arm up, right arm forward, relax your head. One more each way. Twist right. And sit tall. Twist left. And come all the way up back and just rest your arms down. Okay, we're gonna do a little mermaid stretch here. So you can stay how you are. I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing here. If you're seated like this and your legs are here, bring your legs over to the left. And I'm doing this whole Z situation. It almost looks like a Z, kind of. My right foot is against my left thigh. Left hand, left ankle, right arm up. Before you move, do what you can to sit into both hips. Very likely your left hip is lifting up. Shifting over there is going to deepen that stretch right away. And then, of course, we're going to stretch over to the left. Relax your left shoulder and look down at your left hand. Ooh, inhale, come up. We'll try that again. Stretch over. Relax your left shoulder as you stretch over towards that left foot. Reach through your fingers. Reachy, reach, reach, reachy. And then one more, inhale. And then stretch it over. This is a rotation here. Big old twisty stretch. And then we'll just do a little counter stretch. Bring your right hand down and stretch over. And then we'll go to the other side. Bring your feet over to the left, to the right, to the right. Left foot against the right thigh, right hand on the ankle. I sort of like pull myself over a little bit so I can sit into my right hip a little bit more. It's a really deep stretch. Left arm up. Relax your right shoulder as you lean over, reach and twist in that direction. Inhale, sit tall. And stretch over, relax the right shoulder. One more. And reach. And then again, little counter stretch, left hand down. And reach it over. And we'll come on back. Okay, I'm going to come up to stand through a down dog. You can come up to stand however you like. If you'd like to join me. You can hold here for a moment. Keep your knees soft if your legs are tight. Try to let your head hang down. Take a good deep breath here. And then I'm going to soften both knees. Walk my hands back towards my feet. Get my weight into my feet. Head can hang down. You can bring your hands to your elbows. One more deep breath here. Let that spine just stretch out. And then release the arms, soften the knees. Put your weight back into your full foot. And we're going to slowly come up. When you come up to stand, spread the toes, push down through both feet. Arms come up in front of you, stand tall, inhale. As you exhale, push back through the pinky side of the finger. Lift the chest, lift the chest, lift the chest. And then just bring the arms down by your side. Stand really tall. Just give me one deep breath into your belly, not your shoulders. We did it, you guys. Have an awesome day. Feels good. All right, let's do it. Have a great day.